All right, buckle up, because we are diving into some serious family drama, and not just any family. We're talking Greek mythology here, folks.
Yeah, it's always fascinating how these stories that seem to be about, gods and monsters and epic battles, they actually reveal these very human dynamics.
Totally. And today we are tackling one of the biggest scandals to ever hit Mount Olympus. Think kind of like a divine tabloid headline. Zeus's parenting skills called into question. Sun stages a rebellion.
It's true. And, it's easy to just label Ares as like the stereotypical god of war, always angry, always spoiling for a fight.
Right, always ready to throw down.
But his rebellion, it's rooted in something much deeper. It's this longing for autonomy recognition, even from a dad who seems perpetually disappointed in him.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? You're a god. You have this incredible power, but it's like your dad is always like, ugh, Ares, what have you done now?
Exactly. You're constantly treated like the problem child.
Yeah, how are you supposed to, live up to that?
Right, and this is where things get really interesting, because Ares' frustrations, they resonate with other Olympians who might be harboring their own, resentments towards Zeus.
Okay.
Take Hades, for example, right? Stuck in the gloomy underworld. Not exactly the most glamorous gig.
Yeah, god of the underworld. Doesn't sound like life of the party.
Right.
So how does Hades, how does he play into this whole rebellion thing with Ares?
Well, Hades is different from Ares. He's much more strategic. He sees this brewing discontent as an opportunity, not just to oppose Zeus, but to maybe reshape the power dynamics of Olympus completely.
So we've got Ares kind of rallying the troops, right? And then we've got Hades playing this long game.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Zeus is totally out of the loop.
Totally oblivious.
Oh.
And we haven't even gotten to Hera yet.
Oh, that's right. Hera.
Imagine being queen of the gods.
Yeah.
But you're constantly disrespected by your husband's, shall we say, wandering eye.
I mean, Zeus was famous for that, right?
It wasn't just infidelity. It undermined her authority. It was disrespectful.
Yeah, talk about a valid reason to be angry.
And these are the threads that Ares uses to weave together this web of rebellion. It's not just about brute force. He's playing on these complex emotions.
It's like he's playing 4D chess and Zeus is playing checkers.
Exactly. And this is where his strategy takes a pretty wild turn.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What does Ares do?
He realizes that to truly challenge Zeus, he needs to tap into an ancient power. Something even the Olympians fear, the Titans.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about the Titans. The same Titans that the gods imprisoned after that whole, epic war?
Is the very same.
That is a risky move.
It's a gamble, but it shows how serious Ares is about this. This is bigger than just a power grab. This is about making a statement. He's ready to risk it all, even unleashing chaos on a cosmic level to break free from his father.
Wow. Okay, so the stakes just got real. Ares wants freedom. He's got Hades strategically on his side, and he's about to unleash the Titans. What about Zeus through all of this? Is he just completely clueless?
Tragically, yes. Zeus is so used to being in control. He's blind to the storm that's brewing right under his nose.
Oh, man. It's like the classic Shakespearean tragedy. The king is so blinded by his own power, he can't see his downfall coming. But before we get into all that, I think we need to unpack Zeus a little bit here. What kind of ruler inspires this level of resentment from, his own family?
That is a question worth exploring. I mean, he's Zeus, right? God of thunder, king of Olympus.
Exactly.
He's often depicted as this larger-than-life figure, almost like a force of nature himself.
Right.
Maybe that's part of the problem.
How so?
Well, he rules through sheer force, often neglecting those subtler aspects of leadership.
You mean like empathy or trying to understand other perspectives?
Exactly. And remember, we're talking about Greek mythology here.
Right.
These gods, they're immortal, yeah.
Right.
But they're still driven by very human emotions.
Well, absolutely.
Zeus is no exception, He craves respect. He wants loyalty.
Of course.
He needs that acknowledgement of his authority.
Yeah, but ironically...
But his actions often undermine that.
It's like that saying, right? You can lead with power, but you can only rule through respect.
Exactly. Now, picture the scene on Olympus when Ares finally makes his move.
Okay.
You can practically feel the tension in the air. Like a darkness is descending over everything.
Oh, I bet.
It's almost as if Olympus itself can sense that something big is about to go down.
Okay, so set the scene for me. What are the gods doing right before everything explodes?
Well, it's not some big dramatic spectacle, Ares. He actually confronts Zeus directly.
Really?
Yeah, but he's not that rash, hot-headed god of war we always imagine. This Ares is different. He's controlled cold even.
Oh.
He's thought this through.
So he's playing it smart.
Oh, absolutely. And when he finally speaks, his words are measured.
Okay.
He lays out his grievances. He's clear about his intentions.
Man, that must have been a shock to Zeus.
Oh, completely.
To see his son, who he's always dismissed as this like hothead,
Right.
suddenly acting all strategic and cunning.
It's a total role reversal. And the other gods, they are shook.
Oh, I bet.
They're watching this all go down. Like, what is happening?
Right, the whispers, the alliance is shifting, like,
The foundation of their world is being shaken.
yeah, it's like a family dinner gone wrong,
Right.
but like on a cosmic scale.
Exactly. So how do you think Zeus reacts to this very public challenge?
I mean, come on, this is Zeus we're talking about.
Yeah.
He probably blows a gasket.
You're not wrong. He's furious. This is the god of thunder. He's used to wielding absolute power, and now his own son is challenging him.
Right, it's like the ultimate act of defiance.
Exactly. He unleashes his fury on Ares, convinced he can just crush this rebellion with like a flick of his wrist.
Oh man, talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Right.
What happens when these two go head to head?
Imagine a battle that shakes the very foundations of existence, like lightning storms that make Thor look like he's playing with sparklers.
Okay, now that's a visual.
The earth is trembling beneath their feet. The heavens themselves are like, whoa, what is going on down there?
So it's like a full-blown throwdown.
Oh yeah, this is not a sparring match.
Well, hold on, we can't forget about the other Olympians in this whole mess, right?
Right, where are Hades and Hera while all this is going down?
Yeah. They're not just going to sit on the sidelines and watch, right?
Well, Hades, ever the strategist,
Always playing the long game.
sees this as his opportunity. He waits for Zeus and Ares to wear each other down, and then he subtly unleashes the forces of the underworld.
Oh, wow.
He's not just watching this fight, he is escalating it.
Okay, that's a power move.
Yeah.
But what about Hera? Whose side is she on?
Hera's position is tricky. She's got a front row seat to this whole power struggle.
Right.
And let's be real, she has her reasons to want to see Zeus taken down a peg or two.
Yeah, after all his shenanigans, she's probably like, you know what, maybe this is for the best.
But at the same time, she's tied to the existing order.
Yeah.
She's the queen of the gods.
Right.
So it's this internal battle for her.
Yeah, I get it. Like
Right.
wanting revenge, but also not wanting to see the world burn.
Exactly. And that's what makes these myths so fascinating, right?
Totally.
They capture these really complex, often contradictory human emotions, even among the gods.
Right.
But as epic as this battle is, it ends up unleashing something even bigger.
Yes.
Something that even Zeus, in all his fury, can't ignore.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. What is it? What's happening?
Remember those titans we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
The ones Ares made that deal with?
Right. Yeah.
All this fighting, all this divine energy being tossed around, it's weakening the barriers that hold them captive.
Oh, no.
Down in the deepest, darkest pits of Tartarus, cracks are starting to appear. And those ancient, powerful beings,
The Titans
they sense an opportunity
break free.
to reclaim their lost dominance.
So Ares' rebellion just unleashed something way bigger than he bargained for.
It's the law of unintended consequences.
And now Olympus is facing its greatest threat yet.
It seems Zeus's inability to see the bigger picture is coming back to bite him.
Oh man, this is heavy stuff. And that is why you do not skip family therapy, folks, even if you are a god. It's like the ultimate recipe for disaster, you know. Ares wants to overthrow his dad. Hades is over there playing chess with the universe. And now the Titans are about to break free. What happens to Olympus?
Well, it's important to remember that these myths, they often serve as cautionary tales.
Right.
And Zeus, despite all his power, he's about to learn a very hard lesson about, well,
Hubris.
exactly.
Yeah, that'll get you every time. But knowing Zeus, he's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
Does he realize how bad things are, or is he still stuck in like King of the Gods mode?
I think the arrival of the Titans changes things for him. This isn't just a family squabble anymore. This is
No.
a threat to everything.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like, even for a god, realizing that your own actions, your own baggage has unleashed this force that could destroy everything you know.
That's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but what can Zeus even do at this point? He's already got his hands full with Ares and Hades, and now the Titans are joining the party.
This is where we see the true scope of his power, but also the tragedy of it all.
How so?
Picture this. Lightning storms, the likes of which have never been seen before. Bolts of pure energy ripping through the very fabric of reality.
Okay, now that's a visual.
He's fighting with everything he's got, not just for his own power, but for the fate of the cosmos. And, maybe for redemption, too.
So it's less about holding on to power and more about trying to fix this mess that he kind of created.
Exactly. And I think that's something we can all relate to on some level, that feeling of, oh man, what have I done?
Totally, the consequences of our choices. Right?
Yes. And the myths remind us that even gods, they aren't immune to that. They feel regret, fear, the weight of responsibility.
Just like us mortals.
Exactly. And as the battle reaches its climax, there's this overwhelming sense of tragedy, you know?
Yeah, I bet.
Olympus, this shining symbol of order and divine power, it's reduced to a battleground. The halls are crumbling, the gods are scattered, it's chaos.
So, who wins? Does Zeus manage to pull it together, or does Olympus fall?
Well, the myth doesn't offer us a clean victory. Zeus, despite his best efforts, he can't defeat the Titans Olympus, the symbol of his power. It crumbles. The old order is gone.
Wow, so even Zeus can be defeated. What about Ares? What happens to his rebellion?
Ares is a tragic figure in a lot of ways. He gets what he wanted. He overthrows Zeus.
Right.
But in doing so, he unleashes this wave of destruction that he never could have anticipated. He wanted freedom, but at what cost?
Talk about unintended consequences. What about Hades? What happens to the god of the underworld?
Hey, Hades, always the pragmatist, uses the situation to his advantage.
Makes sense.
With Olympus in ruins, the underworld becomes a place of refuge, of power. He's not a ruler in the traditional sense, but his influence is undeniable.
Wow, so in the end, there are no real winners here.
I think that's the most powerful takeaway from the fall of Olympus. Even in the face of seemingly invincible power, change is inevitable.
It's kind of a reminder that nothing lasts forever, right? Not even the real of the gods.
Exactly, and it makes you think. If even gods can fall, what does that mean for us? How do we wield our own power responsibly?
Those are some big questions right there.
They are.
And it's amazing how these ancient myths can still resonate with us today. You know, they remind us that change is a constant, power is fleeting, and even in the face of chaos, there's always the opportunity to rebuild and, maybe do better next time.
Well said.
Well, folks, that's our deep dive into the fall of Olympus. A story of family drama, epic battles, and the ever-present reminder that even gods make mistakes.